Alright, you guys, here we are, metaphor ReFantazio. Me, you, the old hermitess. It's gonna be fun. I think we're catching up on lore, and for now she's going to tell us about Luis.
Who exactly is Luis?
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world, I felt more and more sure that Luis is from this village. His knowledge of humans, his skills in magic, his grasp of darker arts. They're all beyond a mere soldier to begin with, however prodigious. As it happens, a name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, there was one by the name of Caradrius.
That's what he named his ship.
Doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people, they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits. The details are long since lost to the fire. But if Luis bears our legacy, that may be the reason for his vast knowledge.
Wait, what about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw? Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many people at once, and none that can be cast quickly.
This is potentially, if true, big if true, another parallel between me and Luis and our tie to that book. You know what I mean? Like, me and this man, we are not that different.
Even if it was possible, I don't know what it would accomplish. But this is Luis we're talking about. Who knows what he's thinking?
Also, if you see me sipping on a Conkly Cola, mind your own business. I know what you're thinking. Sir, don't you not drink soda? Not unless I'm drinking liquor, but today, I just want a little bubbly Conkly Cola. Look how small it is. Because I like when they make sodas in little tiny cans, because that's about how long it's good for. Those bigger cans, it stops being good like 6 sips in. So just give me 6 sips in a can.
What do you wish to know?
Everything. I want more about Luis, but we've already asked that. So what is this forbidden spell?
What is this forbidden spell?
The essence of magic is in the control of Magla. However, just as its chaos may be calmed, it can also be deliberately pushed out of control. That was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy and you were lost to melancholia. Just as the humans of the ancient war once were. In every age, the cause and effect are the same. People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety, suffer, and thus, the power of magic is born.
Pardon me. You mean to say anxiety is the source of all magic?
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power. That is what we call magic. In this way, it is by virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its invaluable, irreducible fuel. But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more Magla from their hearts. Without the willpower to face your fear, the Magla overflows. Uncontrollable by magic, it can give rise to strange and terrible happenings as it manifests, with the world embroiled in chaos. These outbursts of swollen magic may be happening all across our kingdom.
'Tis the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals, the beasts driven feral. The very land is erupting with the weight of its people's fears.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next. He said he became a monster because he's elder, but that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants of humankind. If Luis so chooses, he could turn anyone into a human monster. Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be defied and overcome.
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens,
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only be hatred.
Where's
If
the hatred
Luis is
born in
truly
Luis?
from this village, then their fire would have cost him everything. Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for revenge.
That is
even
fair.
if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it seems the opposite of an archetype. A truly dark power.
Who goes there? Someone flees!
That's him. The malformed assassin who struck at the prince. He's bound for the woods.
Malformed. You know who that is. A, B, C, D, E, F. All the way down to Z. Zorba. Oh. Y'all remember Glodell? I miss Glodell. I've never felt more at peace than here. I've flitted around a lot, but this village and especially this place, it's just so relaxing. It is quite nice, I do agree.
it's you!
Right, there's just this aura that draws us fairies in. I wonder if folk like you feel the same thing.
And yet...
The village sure does have a lot of fairies, more than I've seen in any other place I've been, actually. Yep, we don't tend to stick around in one place for very long, but I guess this place is the exception. Isn't it just like a fairy to find somewhere we like and stay there for as long as we want? Have we been over the fact that the ancient Elden Sanctum is just Missouri? Because I am what? A dirty Missouri boy. And if this is a dirty Missouri boy, then this is where I was born, the dirty Missouri in question. Now, am I going the wrong way? No, this is the right door. And these, my fellow Missourians, dressed to the nines, unlike real Missourians, and having a great time. Is what it is. Now, Zorba, if you listen to that, he has too much information. We cannot let Zorba live. I should save. Have not saved in a hot minute. Hey, and by hot minute, I do mean 2 straight hours. Also, I feel we may be getting into a fight with Zorba. I do not fear it, though, because I think I can handle that man. I can handle that person. I can handle them. Wait. Russell, is everyone safe? We are. We've had no casualties. However, we were swept aside like pebbles, unworthy of even a glance. I could do nothing but watch. I was powerless against him.
No.
There was little else that could have been done. Responsible as they were for the downfall of the resistance, any move we might have made would have resulted in needless sacrifices. I believe the intruder sensed the power of the prince's awakening and came to investigate. Ooh! The prince is awake and he's in me, and if he can sense that, it's cookies for me. I saw this post. It said, somebody said, it's cookies up in this bitch. And the person was like, what? And then they're like, I'm gonna start saying new things. Cookies means like it's done, like it's cooked. So it's cookies up in this piece if they find out, but also I can fend for myself. I don't know why he would have run away, but surely he has a plan. Tread carefully, please.
Ready?
I wish I was allowed to drink energy drink at 12:49 a.m. No, p.m. It is 12:49 p.m., not in the a.m. I'm not up at midnight, not on a Thursday. That would be psychotic. And if you're awake at midnight on a Thursday, kill yourself. That's a joke.
Stop!
Oh, the black and the white cape looks very nice. Zorba, he might not be from Missouri, but he stays dressed.
You. Zorba.
They stay dressed.
So it was you behind the attack.
Indeed it was. I killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was, his aura felt awfully similar to yours.
Well,
So I decided to bide my time a while and listen. And it's a good thing I did. There really is something stranger going on.
I
Who
do
are you?
love his accent.
Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer, I must report back to Lord Luis.
Do you have any idea what Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king, everyone in this country is doomed.
If that is what Lord Luis so desires, then I shall see it done.
Yeah, Zorba tells me he has a taste for chaos. The end is not something he fears. Chaos is not something he fears. if Luis wills an end in a chaos. And Zorba's like, cool, may I please manufacture it? I love building things.
It's almost impressive how blind your faith in him is.
Zorba approaches all life, all flesh as a Mr. Potato Head. I think that is sick, crazy, nasty, kind of cool. I love a kooky bitch. Zorba, do I hate him? Yes. Do I love him? Yes. Like, you know, will kill happily. Not happily, never happy to kill, but will I kill Zorba? Yeah, with minimal hesitation. Will the world be missing a true eccentric? Yeah, I wish we could put him in quirked up shorty jail. I wish we could just neutralize Zorba, put him in quirked up shorty jail, but he can't be controlled. You can't stop a creative force like him. He will continue fucking with the flesh. Unless you fuck up his flesh. Hate to say.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself. He's forgotten anything he really wants.
What do you intend to do? The crown is too heavy a burden for your reedy frame. Lord Luis is the true king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless imposter, only fit to be sacrificed.
Hey, absolutely no shade to Reedy Fits. Love a Reedy Fit. Zorba and Basilio both have an equally reedy fit. I am to the HO. Watch your mouth, Zorba.
He is no imposter, fiend. His Highness has finally taken his first steps on the road to victory. Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor, a true ruler. Because he knows the people's suffering firsthand.
Well, imposter or not, it's all the same if he's a corpse. And so I shall return the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld where they...
Ooh! Have we fought this thing before?
Bastard.
He looks familiar.
I wondered why you ran away, but it was all to lure us straight to this monstrosity.
Keep your guard up. The Melancholia is fueling his magic power.
We've come too far to be stopped by something like him. Let's put our power on full display.
Big old fight, big old fight. Can't be prepared for the big old fight. What are his weaknesses? What are his resistances? I don't... Ooh! I got hair tendrils in my archetype.
This guy shows up again just when we've unlocked some new power. Kind of feels like they by now. Okay, time for a new fight. Stay on your toes.
So I have to be the prince? The prince? Prince is an archetype exclusive to the protagonist. When doves cry, you can now change it out as you wish. What? It can act as support for all synthesis skills. That's big. It has unique traits, not found in other archetypes, but none of its skills can be transferred. Seems fair to me.
All right, let's take it down and then get after Zorba.
Now should I hit that heroic slash, which does my heavy physical slash damage to one enemy? Oh, and damage boost against human type monsters. Now what are these synthesis skills I got? Extreme physical wind to all. Deals severe physical almighty damage to one enemy. Ooh, bitch, this shit's gonna go crazy. I might hit that royal sword. Now what's Sable Dance? It inflicts all enemies with a one-time weakness to dark. We got some good moves up in this. Ooh, look at my little codpiece. Look at the archetype has a codpiece. I just learned what a codpiece is the other day. Googled codpiece. Oh my god, did they go crazy with the codpiece. The codpiece came because the queen was like, a man's junk, very distracting and unmodest. And they were like, we hear you, we raise you, a conical codpiece, like bitch. But as somebody that does love augmented masculinity, hey, you know, but I don't know if that's what the queen wanted, but also kind of maybe fuck the queen, but I don't know a lot about much, so don't be listening to me. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the royal sword. Or should I just hit the this? I'm gonna hit the royal sword. I must.
Hold nothing back.
How's this?
Big boy.
Hey, don't get sloppy, Captain.
I'm gonna kill myself. Was that just bad luck? Absolutely not. I'm restarting the battle. Ooh, he's shirtless. I forgot Basilio has an area shirt. I'm not taking that L with that initial miss. That's no way to begin a battle.
I'm all prepared.
Show them our might.
There we go.
Who should I? Oh, awesome souls, do your thing.
Now this thing we
Looks like we can't brute
know
force
nothing
through
about
this
it. Okay. Oh, he's got multiple pieces of himself. Ooh, cool. Well, I definitely want to hit all then.
Electric shock.
Boogie woogie. Oh, he blocked that shit though. That's a nightmare. Okay, let's maybe avoid electric. Maybe avoid all elements. We'll see. He can eat the fruits.
Let me
Oh.
handle those apples.
Mm-hmm. Have Gallica knock down apples to keep Fro from healing? Yes, please, Gallica, if you would.
Leave it to me.
Thank you.
Now it can't heal itself anymore. Don't waste your chance. Get in there.
No holding back.
Get in there. Do you think that he... This is heavy to all. I hold a great fear that he's gonna block all elements. I have no real reason to think that other than that he blocked one. But does that mean that hits all? No, she has like barely any moves.
I'll run you through.
She's built for other things, you see.
Royal soul. Maybe not.
Should I do the attack to one or should I like... Oh, this only goes to one as well.
Not this. By this power.
Oh, samurai!
He does block that. Heavy physical 1 to 3 times. To all.
You're out of here.
Very useful, that one. Okay. Ooh.
Are you prepared? I'll cut you down.
Right on target.
See that?
Oh, a critical. Hey. Oh, he's got blue feet with like knives sticking out of them. Those are cool. They need to stop making the humans so cool. Like, I really shouldn't think they're as beautiful as I do.
I will fight with Prince. No, I'm all prepared.
What kind of damage did this do? Was it like 2,000 something? I feel like it was, but maybe I'm lying to myself.
I'm counting on you.
Lying
No
to
holding back.
myself. Why it was myself
I'm
right
ready whenever.
into hell.
You better be ready.
Meow 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 meow. Do y'all know that song? Not the way I do it, you don't. Homo Gorlio. I feel like we fought him. Another incarnation of him. This one's purple tinged. Oh, he's got tones. Ooh, more apples.
Regenerated the head wings. Here comes another round of wind attacks. His legs are back to normal. We'd only just taken.
He's rebuilding that beautiful body. No! No! You greedy, gluttonous beauty. Gallica, if I could get you to go knock the apples down.
Samurai. Tougher than I thought.
Tougher than I thought.
Worthy foe after all. Come forth, royal soul.
Let's stay hitting this. Because one of these did like 600 damage earlier, and this does like 2,000. Seems worth it to me.
Let me help.
How's that?
Poor thing. I got Gorlia's ripe apple and a wind god's gale.
I've done it! Yes, I've become stronger.
What level is everybody else at this point in the game?
The bastard got away.
I say, you chaps boggle the mind. It's no mean feat to fight on even footing with a human.
I'd hoped as much. You may yet have the power to face Luis at his full strength.
It's good to see you're safe. We've certainly taken these powers a long way. Maybe we thought ourselves invincible, but don't worry. At long last, the prince is safe. In a manner of speaking. Everything's going according to plan.
Still, what's our next move? The people think you a monster. We'll not find any public backing like this.
Alces once said that His Highness the Prince was a soul born into adversity. He is royalty and elder both, heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. He is water and fire, in condemned conflux. When the day comes that His Highness may be revered as the good ruler he can be, then the world will truly be free of prejudice. And that, he said, is why we fight.
Alces was Grius, correct?
We have to fight for what he believed in. All the more reason we can't turn from this.
Right.
Years of prejudice won't go away overnight. Nothing could accomplish that, but if we don't believe things can change, they never will. You gotta fight for something, even if you die fighting in vain.
In your Highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
If you find purpose in it, then you're better off than many who live a life purposeless. Let us fight together.
We fight him together.
Yes. By our efforts, we will stop Luis's reign.
If he ends up king, he'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find use for.
We've lost too many lives along this journey, and if Luis has his way with the world, such partings would become all too common. We have to stop him.
Look, I'm never giving up hope either, okay? All we have to do is beat him, right?
There's more to it than that, but that's the next step.
That's
Let's
about what it
focus
comes
on
down
that.
to. Yes.
Yeah. It's not gonna be easy. But we work best under pressure anyway.
You... I'm still amazed. You really do look just like your mother. Truly, you are a child of fate. Your mother, she loved your father, and you with all her heart. The injustice that befell this village is not your fault. But listen well. Once you leave this village, you cannot return until you have fulfilled your ambitions. After all, an old crone like me can't take care of you forever. If you want to overcome your hardest challenges, you'll have to face them yourself. The world's fate is in your hands. Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's failures.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you. And for everything.
Our final battle lies ahead. We cannot lose. Yet, before all else, His Highness has only just awoken. Let us rest in the Gauntlet Runner for today, and advance to the royal capital tomorrow.
Do I get any spare time between now and then? Like, give me a month of hanging out with my
It's a bit
friends.
strange, isn't it? I was convinced we'd been together for a long time. But I can't believe we've only just met. The beginning of my journey may have been a false memory. But my journey with you and the memories we've made, those are all real. Well, guess I'm repeating myself. But I'm glad we're working together.
Stay beside me forever, if you would.
Stay beside me forever.
If you have it in you.
When you put it like that, you're gonna make me blush. But thanks.
Having overcome her trial, I can sense newfound conviction from Gallica as both an ally and a friend.
The mystical fairy.
What level? 8? 7?
She who still keeps the virtues of the mage. Your
Give me an 8.
tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
What level? 8! Okay, cool. So that unlocks, I believe...
In front of us, and I'm gonna lead the
Yeah.
way.
2 more archetypes, an elemental master and a warlock. Which is actually crazy, because I believe I can probably study warlock with any of the party members, which would mean a girl warlock. In my mind, a warlock is a boy. During squad battles, okay. You can now study da-da-da-da, yet da-da-da.
When things get tough, remember this magic. The music meant for you will play in your head.
This is the magic of music that Gal could cast for me once. Now that I think about it, it may have helped me in ways I didn't realize.
By the way, the chiefess told me something about your novel. Apparently your parents gave you that book when you were still just a kid. I wonder what your parents wanted you to get from reading it. What they hoped for you, I guess. I suppose you'll have to find out for yourself.
This book is the legacy of my parents, the late King of Uchronia and the Queen of the Elden Sanctum. I come from good Chewin stock for a Missouri boy. Perhaps the utopia depicted in this book wasn't a mere fantasy, but ideas of the old world passed down in the Sanctum.
The part we're reading today is the last chapter. It's about the ruler of this ideal world. Let's read it together. The last chapter is about the ruler of a utopia. The one who governs this utopia must have an unwavering will. To maintain justice in this world, there are innumerable obstacles to overcome. Yet, as long as one lives by their ideals, those who support them are sure to follow. A utopia is not the creation of a single mind or a single power. It is a world shaped by all its people. The last part sounds a little more metaphorical. There's a little more. However, even a utopia may one day fray at the edges, and its people may come to conflict over the question of what is right. What is a true utopia? What is a true ruler? None have yet found the answers to these questions.
Then true utopia, wait a minute, get back here, has never been achieved. The so-called utopia depicted within the novel was based on the old world, but it fell into ruin and was destroyed by war. So if this book traces the trajectory of the old world, are these truly the ideals we're striving for? Then no. We want to do it different, though ruin will befall any and all. Period. But we should try to do it better, just because though ruin will befall us, maybe we can build something better that lasts longer. I don't know what the goal is in life when you know everything's coming down to a chaos crash, fire, car crash. My mind just stopped. I'll play the game. It seems rather the opposite.
The author of this book struggled with these questions. And if you become king, you'll have plenty of tough questions and struggles to face yourself. Lady Gruaday mentioned the king was a real idealist when he first arrived at the village, but little by little, the pains of reality crushed his hope. And he even lost his son. In the end, his will was broken. He didn't lift a finger to stop the church's rise to power. With that in mind, I can honestly see why people would be drawn to Luis. His values are radical and cruel, but he's devoted to them. Unshakable, even.
That's the key. If a person is passionate and honest, there's something attractive. And I don't mean like romantically, sexually. There's something that just is... It attracts people socially to them because it's admirable. Even though sometimes they are evil.
But we can't lose either. For the sake of everyone who has believed in us along the way.
Even if I were to win the throne, there's no guarantee my idealistic vision could ever become a reality. And yet, what choice is there but to believe in them and fight on? Literally, what else can you do? The alternative is to accept that nothing will change.
You've got the power to change the world. And the one who gave it to you was, well, yourself.
That's how it goes.
And that's what I'm going to help you with. That's my mission. My real mission. And I'm going to see it through.
After discussing the novel and our ideals with Gallica, I closed my eyes. More! Are you ready to tell me about your revelations? I'm ready for them. I think I know truths now that I did not know before. Academia, it seems that I've been summoned by more in a dream.
I saw what happened. So, you found a way to unequivocally shape your destiny. As far as I know, there is no record of your newly acquired archetype ever being used, even in ancient times. An archetype whose existence was only theoretical, known to some scholars as the magic of true sovereignty. Indeed, a power of legend. I once said that to be Elder was your inescapable fate. However, it seems the truth was more complex than that. Magic is a process by which we confront fate and tame anxiety. And archetypes are its essence. They are manifestations of a resolve capable of heroic virtue. So then, what do you think is the foremost, most inescapable fate a person must bear?
Watching the love of their life kill themselves 6 times.
I'm not really sure, but for me to be me, and for you to be you, or something like that.
Indeed, it is birth that is inescapable. You cannot choose who you are born to, and once your familial place is determined, that fate cannot be changed. Yet by some strange tangle of destiny, you were given a choice that the very act of existence denies most people. By your own will, you were born again as a prince. Do you understand? You stand on the threshold of truly becoming a ruler, not as an unearned title of bloodline's chance, nor as a mere authority over people. You have taken control of your life. You are ready to rule your very self. That is what it truly means to be a hero. And it is the crux of the power that is awakened within you. What glorious coincidence indeed, that I, as a scholar of archetypes, might cross paths with and witness such a remarkably fated boy. It almost bespeaks.
Indeed, 'tis his hands that bear our fate.
Who? I remember. I know that I know this voice. Had I forgotten it all this time? Yes. I swear I've heard it before. And I let it slip from my mind. Who are you? You with this voice that moves hearts. Speak. Who are you? Why have you awakened this boy to his power?
My guess is
If it
it's my mom.
answers you seek, then go and claim them.
Are you? Could you be?
As for you, I bid thee awaken. Move onward to thy final ordeal. Take thy place at the final proving of the Ascension of Kings.
My consciousness faded away and I was sent back to my sleep. I'm reminded that Moore was the author of the fantasy novel. Has Moore visited the ancient Elden Sanctum?
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Whoa! It's a sweet little picture.
Okay, all our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
All this royalty? I always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
'Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing. We are one people living in a shared world.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
I want to hang out with my friends. I want to hang out with my friends.
What do I say?
Wow. I feel so motivated.
I'm so happy we have our American accent back.
What do I say?
For a minute there when I fused with my princely self and got my white hair, I had a little bit of an English accent. It was a nightmare.
Yet if he suddenly spoke with the eloquence of a philosopher king, 'twould bemuse more than it would spur.
You can take it at your own pace. We're all getting used to it gradually.
About the new stuff you've felt and learned since becoming the prince. Can I ask you one more thing? Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
'Cause nobody else decent is running? Some coin would be nice. To protect my country and its people.
I want to protect this country and its people.
'Tis the answer I hoped for.
It's not even about protecting
As your
them.
knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
I want to allow this space for them all to be well and be free. But maybe that's protecting people. But I don't want them like I am not happy with them just safe. Guarded up, stuck at homes, like it's so easy to keep things and people safe. It is hard to maintain a safeness, a wellness, and a freedom. And I need those three things. Safeness and wellness might be tied. So it might just be safeness and freedom. I need those things like in equal yet copious amounts for the people. So just saying safe, I want them safe, does not feel as though it covers the entirety of my goals.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be.
I want people thriving. It's easy to be safe if you're happy with stagnating. Where am I going? Grand Trad. Do y'all think they're gonna give me time to just hang out and finish up my friendships? Like they just gave me Basilio. Give me time to work on my Basilio friendship, if you would. Yeah, let's get back to Grand Trad. We'll stop Luis this time for sure.
You see?
I doubt all in Grand Trad will give us a warm reception. Still, should we choose not to fight, then Luis's victims only pile higher.
Yeah.
Easy to say will help anyone, but doing it's a whole nother thing. All the more reason we've got to prove we're serious by putting our lives on the line. We'll lead by example. I don't have a voice for people, I'm sorry. We'll lead by example. Besides, oh, I missed what he said. Time is up. In the factory.
So many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths.
In the sterile place where they made me.
Already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
I hope it's far from over. Give me like 10 more hours of game. Oh, these freaks.
The boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Speaking of which, I don't see the general. The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do?
Kill yourselves.
Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Who are you?
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive.
I know right now Batten is selling me to those men. He's saying, believe in this candidate, believe in this man. And I'll spare you, but I hate you.
Well then, let us depart.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elden village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected.
Resurrected?
Yes, and what's more, the boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently, and then returning to his corporeal body.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla. Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Why must we be
Lord
nemesis?
Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you?
My beauty?
I won't let it end like this. I have to do better. I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
We'll soon be arriving above the royal capital.
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Rest assured, that old fool is powerless to stop me now. Proceed.
Understood.
We're landing on the floating king's head?
Final banquet begin.
Luis, you crazy SOB. I like his kookiness. It's one of those things. I love a kooky bitch. I don't know what to tell you. I love a quirked up shorty. We've been over this many a time.
Come on, any
Ooh.
takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of Reef.
Barely any shillings in my basket, it seems.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh no, of course not. I'm just saying.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
Mm-hmm. There we got some shillings.
A sanctus bigwig gambling away his tithes? This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I tell you.
At least I, as a monster, put on a disguise. You guys have been openly monsters this whole game. Bullying me, letting children die in the streets. And I'm the monster because I got big and glowy for one moment.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling about the prince. The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Oi, churchman. You saying Count Luis lied to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things one after another? Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Is he turning people, with that spell he used on me, into the humans? For his little show that he's performing for the country?
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about? Damn it! When Count Luis is king, you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Forden.
Well,
Who do the police even work for at this
just
point?
as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the appeal.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand. If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
Oh, he made it.
The royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me, O king? Stubborn and deathless? This country is distorted.
Correct.
You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order.
See, we gotta not let this man speak, and here's why. He makes points, point after point after point. He is like watching a lesbian play sports. It is point, 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 point. Like, period. But also he's bad. I hate when the bad people, period. You know what I'm talking about? Like, because am I supposed to sit here and be mad that you're right? I love truths. I'm letting him talk.
Royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide.
Maybe your change is bad, though. Oh!
Breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary, broken old man.
I feel like Luis sees potential ego in others, like the king's face being on things like, how dare you think yourself a god? And then he goes and does the same things, and maybe doesn't see the hypocrisy in it.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? Listen well, O king. The truth behind the royal magic.
Don't leave me out of this conversation. I would like to know.
So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin. In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
All society is putrid with sin because society, as I've said previously, is what? A perversion of community. And it is that perversion that is the sin. Society is inherently sinful. Fight me about it.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
He reads books. He's an elder.
Thou wert elder.
You were not always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart.
So he just took those off because they were but a headband. Let me just say something. We knew he was Eldon, and the minute we learned that, I was like, ah, Zorba must have fucked with his flesh and given him the horns. It was just a headband. Homeboy went to Claire's and got a hot glue gun and made this, and we didn't notice. Him being Eldon makes me want to bone. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know I have to kill him. I know he is bad. Bad to the bone. I want to be bad on his bone for give me a night. And we'll be done before sun comes up. And then we kill to the death. I think that'd be beautiful. I think before you kill somebody, you should have to roll around all night with them. You don't necessarily have to fuck, but roll around and get to know them. Mercy is born from humanity. No, that's not true because animals are merciful, but follow me. Mercy is an extension of humanity, and humanity is born in moments of warmth. That was garbage. I take it back. Oh, Luis.
And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Oh.
You cannot stop me any longer, nor can anyone else. Save one lone possibility.
Snatching victory from the Maw of Catastrophe, the party
Oh, the
descends
Maw of
again
Catastrophe.
on the royal capital, Grand Trad, but they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
Ooh.
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Isn't that... Boy! That monster boy's come back!
What are you gonna do about it?
That's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
I'll put you 6 feet under. Watch your fucking mouth.
Than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
It's useless. Words are cheap. Still, we should walk with pride instead of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
His Royal Highness, the Prince, returns. Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored.
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why in His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Because he's an imposter! Just like Count Louis said! You'll not fool us again, beast!
Oi!
That was a fair point, but it's just not how it works.
And you! Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a parapus like you, and you spit on him, scum!
That's actually my line. That's a hard line for me. I was being real nice, I was being real kind, I was not gonna kill civilians. Being rid of Basilio and calling him the stupid fucking one, that's done. I'm killing civilians. I'm kicking their teeth. Actually, that's violent. I'm not gonna say it. I'll say it because you're curious, but just know yeesh. Okay, so we don't stand by this. I was gonna say I'm gonna kick their teeth so fucking hard that it goes through their brain and fucking kills them. But 1, no, I'm not. 2, yeesh. 3, I'm so sorry that went through my mind and I shared it.
The only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the prince?
Lady Juno, I can't believe this. I admired you. Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince?
I don't intend on dying with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you chief. Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame. Shame! Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you! How dare you strike out at him? They're all traitors, I say!
What is all this?
They didn't...
The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions and nothing else.
Nobody's coming for Hulkenberg. Is she safe from the Reeds?
We'll have your heads on pike soon enough.
Nobody came for Stroll either.
Get out of our royal capital!
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Oi, over here!
How did you get up here?
No talking this one out. You need to run now.
I don't like being the bigger person.
We weren't away from the city that long. What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know, it's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious of each other. How fares your neighbor? Do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Are questions on the tip of every tongue.
We need to start asking people
Ever
that.
Since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection.
Good.
So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
I do love that his threat knows no class.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone, and oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I have my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt. This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. To my shame. Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing. Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic. But we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
That's true. They, as a society and as a whole, are like, their anxiety is at an absolute peak.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
We're going to San Lemio? I mean, not San Lemio. What's it called? What's the Ratchet and Clank Inn called that Fabian runs? What is it called? Nurse is heading back to the Gauntlet Runner. It seems like the city has calmed down at least a tiny bit. They'd have a hard time working out Gauntlet Runner, but we still shouldn't chance it. We should make our way over to the Hushed Honeybee. That's what it's called. Everyone else already has gone ahead. I don't feel safe out here. I'm gonna talk to one person. It's absurd. What can I even do? One guard can't hold back a riot. Right, Your Highness? Prince? That's what you are, aren't you? Then you're responsible for this too. It's not me that should be up in those blasted gallows. You should be putting this country back to its right senses, you hear me?
So irreverent.
I don't have anything I need to buy. Let me just get straight to where I need to be. Hello, Moor. I wish I could sit here, hit the bottle, talk to the Moor. What is the bucket for? What's the drinking bucket for? I guess it has a handle. That's a cup? That's for... I guess a cup is just a drinking bucket. Remember me?
Nonsense shite this has.
Every bloke on the block's gone crazy. Is this Luis's fault or is it yours? No, it doesn't matter. People are fighting each other on their own. Total rubbish, a lot of them. Fighting in a city that's poor enough as it is. Stealing from each other. What's the point? Period. There used to be a Mustari man down this corridor. He's not here anymore. Hope he's doing alright. How you doing, Hulkenberg?
Let's move.
We've cleared everyone out. Let us hurry inside.
Everyone, I'm glad you made it back in one piece.
Maria, I have pictures for her.
Since you left, Luisa's following has only grown.
Have you changed? You're still the same person, aren't you?
'Tis quite a story, but it deserves explaining. I only hope you can believe us.
Alright, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I had thought all this business with declaring yourself the prince was a well-meaning bluff.
Me,
But
TF,
under the
as well.
deception, you were, in fact, the actual prince. Is that right? Still, I mean, how do you get the whole country to believe your story? Is that even possible?
Seemingly no. Nobody believes fucking anything, and they didn't believe me in the first place. And then Luis said, not only is he a liar, he is a what? A monster. And then I got big. You were there, you saw. Nobody believes shit. So you're right.
I doubt it. We've just seen firsthand how far we'll get trying to talk the people down.
Then what will you do? If this goes on.
But you're still you, yes?
American accent and all.
You came to help everyone, just like you helped me before, right?
That is right.
Yes, that's right. It'll all turn out fine.
Good.
I see. So, even if no one believes you, you're still determined to settle the score with Luis head on?
Even so, the gulf between us is wider than ever. The people have all but named him their champion. With so little time, a guileless appeal to the public may fall on deaf ears.
Yeah, we can't sway the perception away from Luis back to us. I don't believe so. It's murder time.
Hard luck for the honest knight. Not much room left for civil debate now that Luis is openly advocating killing his opposition. Well, that ship sailed when the king's magic faded. Anyway, if there is a key to turning the tide, first place I'd look is the castle in the sky. You saw how violent and volatile the city folk are now, but I don't think it's as simple as fearing Luis. I've been keeping an eye on the royal capital while you were off on your jaunt through the woods. Frankly, the change in public sentiment was too sudden, unnatural. It's as if they've been collectively drained of their sanity, and if I had to guess what's causing it...
You're implying it's Luis's doing? All the eeriness in the sky. Is that because...
Don't know, but the change in the citizens is certainly odd. If something really is forcing it, that means we might still have a chance to fix it.
What Luis is doing in the royal palace, whether or not he truly desires a world overrun by humans, we won't know his mind until we confront him.
On the other hand, it may well be bait for a trap.
I can fall into a trap and survive. I'm strong and capable. We got no other choice.
Trap or not, we have no other choice.
Then it's settled. Head to the royal palace and put a stop to whatever Luis is cooking up. With that Skyrunner, you're the only ones who can. And we'll fight in the ways we can too. We'll make sure the whole kingdom hears that the real prince is back after all the strife he's been through.
Indeed. If you can make things better, you might just inspire everyone to remember their own hopes and dreams. Maria's been terribly patient, waiting for you and believing in you. It'd be nice to see her smile again.
Right.
If Luis is behind all these disturbances, then stopping him will only help us in the approval ratings. If we can restore civility and did it say only? Yeah. If we can restore civility and rational thought, it'll pave the way to defeating Luis. We must press on with faith in that.
I'll always believe in you. We'll all do our best, so you can be a good king.
Indeed. If we win, I suppose you really will be king.
Didn't think about that. I have spent this whole game saying, what? Don't make me king. I'm not here to be king. That's a facade. That's a lie. I'm not here to be king. Not me. No way. Which is the same approach I had in Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. In Shin Megami Tensei 5 Original on Nintendo Switch. Both playthroughs, I was like, don't y'all put me on that throne. Do not put me on the throne of creation. I don't want that control, that power. It's not right for any one person to have, much less my dirty Missouri boy ass. Oh, dirty Missouri boy ass sounds disgusting. But here we are. Put me on the throne again, Atlas. Stop putting me on the throne.
We're counting on you, O King.
'Tis too late today for a grand charge, I
Good.
fear. Let us take a night's rest, and on the morrow we make for the castle.
Can I have time to hang out with Barden? And Basilio? And anybody else whose name starts with a B and or any other letter of the alphabet other than Z? I don't want time with Zorba. He's not well.
Oh, hell.
Everyone is filled with so much anxiety now that they don't know what to do. Public sentiment is very volatile at times like this. There's still a way to win. Rory, how you doing? I got drawings for you if you'd like them. No matter what happens, you're still you to me, mister. I'm gonna keep cheering you on forever. No matter what I say, the people of Grand Trad are going to look down on you. It's times like these where your actions will speak louder than words. When they see you stand up to Luis, it'll be plain who's in the right. There's something foul in the air in Grand Trad. Everyone seems so anxious. Those who oppose us do so with fervor, but there are also those who believe in us. We must press on. Yufa. Oh, I went upstairs. Hello. Where'd she go? Where'd Yufa go? Yufa. Yufa. It's so different from when you were last in Grand Trad. Everyone's staring at you with such disdain in their eyes. We must remember you've still got people on your side, Slater. Let's just do what we can. Fabienne. Gallic wants to talk. Hey. No, that's just a loose, curious fairy. Where did y'all find this thing? This loose fairy. This outsider. This errant fairy. Hello. I don't really want to be around the people outside because they're so weird lately. The people in here feel nice and warm, though. I wonder why. It's like there's this optimism in here. And it's gotten stronger since you came in, actually. I can feel people's hearts unwinding. Pretty amazing. What kind of magic is that? I wish the people outside were like this. You know what? Fairies have been crazy every time I've met them, but I think they see truths. Like autistic people. So maybe...
You...
Who would have believed you were His Highness the actual prince? I apologize for the less than royal accommodations, but try to have a good rest regardless. We'll talk to Hulkenberg and we're gonna close out this video. Where the hell is Ishkia? Nurist! Where's Nurist? Probably in the runner. That man loves a runner.
Your Highness.
And so His Highness returns to the capital city. Where's Eugif? Me calling people by their race and not their name, we gotta cut that out. What is his name? Heisme, where's Heisme? And so His Highness returns to the royal capital in triumph and glory. In truth, I'd have liked to welcome him back with a grand feast. Ah, well, the day shall come when the people too celebrate you in grand fashion. My spirit is ever ready to ensure that the day comes. Now, Heisme, are you anywhere to be found? Oh, Basilio as well. They're probably in here. I always share a bedroom with you two, don't I? Boys' night. What's good?
Honestly.
First you were Luis's subordinate, then a false prince, and now you have awakened as his true highness. None have walked so strange a path as you, and after all of this, you still mean to be king. Correct.
Come on.
Some turnaround, eh? Ooh. Last time we were here, people were falling over themselves to welcome you. Now the only thing I see in their eyes is fear. Damn it, people. Even if Slater turned into a monster, Luis is the one making him. That's a fair bit scary if you ask me. And with that, I gotta go. I'm stumbling over my words. We got some good exposition done today. We're gonna go up in the sky tomorrow. When does the game... Is the game ending in the next video? Because if so, I'm not gonna wear glasses. I don't want to be wearing glasses in the finale. I don't know, but I'm gonna go. Have a good one. Bye.